Good evening, everyone. You know it's a big game when Ohio State and Notre Dame meet on New Year's Day, and today's Fiesta Bowl certainly lived up to that hype. Second Down highlights the heated playoff battle in Region 11. Cardinal Mooney is currently on the outside looking in, but like 8 other Valley teams, a win tonight and they're in, a loss and they're most likely out of the playoff race. Gotta love Week 10 high school football.
And a headband typically doesn't tell much about a player, but if you're LeBron James, it's a big deal.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Round 3 recap of the high school football playoffs. I'm Chase Evans. Only 3 local Ohio teams remain in the hunt, including Crestview, and it was deja vu for the Rebels tonight.
So for the first time in 5 years, playoff basketball returns to the Q. And while it may be quiet now, this place will be rocking this weekend against the Boston Celtics. Reporting in Cleveland, I'm Chase Evans, 33 Sports.
Second Down takes us back to the All-American Conference for the Battle of the Bulldogs. Poland and Lakeview are dueling atop the white division. A new coach, new jerseys, and even a renovated stadium. And it all kicks off about a month from now, September 5th at Pittsburgh. Still down, under a minute left. Watch this play. Farrell with one more chance. Myers with a bomb to Marcus McCoy. Are you kidding me? 76 yards to the house. Farrell up 26-21 with 44 seconds left. They can't believe it. Look at the fans that made the trip. Boy, were they in for a treat. One last shot for Berlin Brothers Valley. They bat it down. Pops free. That's your ball game. Farrell rallies to win it 26-21. And the Steelers are heading to Hershey and the state title game next week.
Beautiful out today.
Oh, it is a beautiful day.
At 67 and 68 years old, Frank and Velma Verhage are the ultimate marathon couple.
We are right together. And I mean, that gives me great joy that we started together and we finish it together.
Maybe there might be a step or two between us.
So we try to, finish on the same time.
The two met at Youngstown Road Runners and have run hundreds of races together over the years. But 8 years ago, they decided to try something different and run a marathon on all 7 continents.
Each one of them has had such an influence in our life. I mean, it's such an experience that, you meet people from all over the world. Even Africa, it was like stepping out into the National Geographic. I mean, it's still back in time, just like it was.
They had already completed the Boston Marathon together and started their journey abroad with Rome, Italy in 2007, then went to Kenya and on to the Great Wall Marathon in Beijing, China. In 2012, they completed South America with a trip to Easter Island, then on to the Australian outback and finishing with Antarctica this past March.
A wonderful experience. I mean, like, you looked at the heavens above and say, oh, thank God, it's over, Now we can kind of rest and recuperate.
I don't have any regrets.
No regrets whatsoever.
No,
I mean,
no.
God has been great. He's blessed us with the ability.
And while their journey may be completed, they still stay very active, running, biking, and lifting at least 3 days a week.
We're not going to slow down. We may not run the same distances of the full marathon. We don't know.
Or the same pace.
Or the same pace. She's small.
You can succeed at anything you want if you really put your mind to it.
Good evening, everyone, and we head to Canfield for this week's student athlete, where senior Matt Bogan is an all-conference and all-state swimmer for the Cardinals. That also makes quite a splash in the classroom, earning him the honor of our student athlete of the week.
I really like to race, so when there's people around me that are like fast and going and like ready to compete and like really like gunning for me and gunning for everyone else, that's the most like exhilarating thing.
Matt Bogan has come a long way in his time at Canfield. His freshman year, he weighed just 90 pounds, but has since grown some 7 inches and 40 pounds, and with the help of his parents and older brother Daniel, has turned into an elite swimmer.
They were always kind of like, just do your best, and like, things will happen if you keep working hard, and like, that was one of the things that I got from them the most, was just, you always need to work as hard as you possibly can.
And Matt has done just that.
This past spring, he qualified for the state meet in the 100-meter breaststroke and also competed on 2 state top 10 relay teams.
It made me feel like I was like there, like I did everything that I could, and I had finally gotten to where I wanted to be.
Matt also worked his way to the top academically. He's an AP scholar at Canfield with a 4.3 GPA.
The most important thing about like a student athlete is the student part. Like, that's always going to come first, and if you're not doing one right, you're probably not doing the other right.
And Matt will continue that work ethic in college, where he will most likely join older brother Daniel and swim at Westminster.
I've met a lot of people here that I don't think that I'll ever like not stay in touch with. This is like a second home.
Canfield's Matt Bogan, our student athlete of the week.